Hey, my loves. Hola, mi bellas amores. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys didn't miss me too much. Now, today, you guys did read that caption correctly. We will be doing the cloud makeup look. I mean, we are angels, so why not get that heavenly look going on? But before we do, I just want to mention, for those of you guys that didn't see my previous video, I will be leaving the link in the description box so you guys can go check that out. And on top of that, for all the products that I'll be using today, I will have a link. So if you guys do want to check it out and see where I got these from, then just comment below, send me the link. Now, let's just jump right into it today. I am so excited for today's video. I've been dying to try this look out, guys, for a while. But I'm going to warn you guys, I am not an artist. So I'm going to really try my best to make sure this comes out decent. But I am so excited. Now, my face is already washed and I already moisturized. So I'm just going to jump right in. Now I'm just going to be going in with my Skin Perfecting Primer and apply just a little bit to my fingers. Using my fingers, I'm going to rub that into my face and give my face this glowy undertone. Now, the next step is to go in with my matte Maybelline foundation and just apply that to my beauty blender. And then you just want to create little dots throughout your entire face, your cheeks, your forehead, and your chin. And just really smooth them out and blend them and beat them into your skin. Yes, ladies, you really want to beat this in because you want to go for that very natural, soft looking makeup and you want it to look flawless. Using my Maybelline darker concealer, I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks, the sides of my nose, my sides of my forehead, and then just under my jawline. Then using my lighter concealer, I'm going to go on my under eyes. I'm also going to go in the middle of my nose, my forehead, and my chin. Looking like a queen. Now, I'm just going to try to blend this in using my U technique, going chin to underneath my jaw. And then just really trying to rub in this concealer to make this look as natural as possible. So you guys really want to make sure you're blending as best as you possibly can, just so this is a soft natural look, and in lighting it doesn't look harsh. So you just want to rub on the sides of your nose. Make sure this is just for the contouring, but for my lighter shade I do tend to use a beauty blender. I just find that it helps perfect the look and give it more of a softer for the lighter areas on your face. That's just my preference. You can obviously use a different method. But now I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette by Alyssa Edwards and going with the shade Texas Made. Now I'm just going to grab a very thick brush for the very outside of the crease of my eye and just go in very softly with this eyeshadow. It's super pigmented, guys, so you guys don't need a lot. So when you guys do tap the shade, just make sure you dust off the excess. Now I'm just gonna go in with my next shade, which is going to be Dream It. Now this shade is absolutely beautiful, and I'm gonna use the shade for the corners of my eyes. So really just getting that very edge of the eye, just going about 20 degrees into the eye, and then just keeping a majority of it toward that very corner. And I'm gonna just repeat the same thing on the other side, just making sure I'm getting that corner, not going in too far, and still allowing a bit of the pink eyeshadow over the top. Using my CoverGirl concealer, I'm going to use a flat brush, apply a small amount, and then just start from the very inner corner of my eye, working till about halfway mid of my eyelid, making sure that I'm covering my entire eyelid, starting from the very crease of my eyelid. And then I'm just gonna make sure I have the full coverage, and then just repeat the same thing on the other side. So go about halfway up to my eyelids, starting from the very inner corner. Next, using the shade Headliner, I'm just gonna use a very thick brush and go over that concealer that I just applied. And I'm just really doing this to emphasize this look and just give a little bit of pop to my eyes while you guys are viewing. Now, I'm just going to use this eyeliner. I forgot the brand, not going to lie. It's not on the capsule, so I'm not too sure. And I'm just going to underline the very top line of my eyes. Again, just doing this to give a little bit of emphasis. For this part, I forgot to show you guys, but I'm using my Sky High mascara, and I'm just going over my bottom lashes and then just going over the top lashes. We will later be putting on some falsies, so I'm really just giving them a nice even coat. And then I'm gonna be using my Anastasia eyebrow dip. Love it. So for my eyebrows, I'm just gonna be brushing them out, and then I'm gonna underline the very bottom of my brows, and then I'm just gonna go and underline the very top of my brows, then going through the middle, and lastly I'm just going to go and lightly brush the very top of my brows, and then I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the other side for my brows. Using my lighter Maybelline concealer, I'm going to go on a tiny little flat brush and just apply a very little bit amount and just underline the brows that I just filled in. And if you guys at any point made a little bit of a mistake or just need to correct something, this is the best time to correct it with the concealer. So make sure you guys, if you need to, go back in and correct any errors. But here you can see I'm just underlining, overlining the top, and I'm going to be using a thick brush, blending that in. And after I use the brush, I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender and just make sure it's really blended into that foundation. Now I'm just going to brush them out. What a beauty. Now I'm going to go back in with the Texas Made shade again, but not on my eyes this time. This time I'm going to be going on my cheeks very lightly again, just brushing over the very top, going over the bridge of my nose and onto the other side, and just very smoothing it out and creating an even layer. Then I'm just gonna go back in with my next shade, Dream It, that I used previously, and I am just gonna repeat that step very lightly, going the very underneath that pink shade that I just applied, super soft, trying to create a nice even layer and just make kind of a ombreing effect to the bottom. And again, just super pigmented. Watch how heavy you put this on, guys. A little goes a long way. Back at it again with my CoverGirl concealer. Now I'm gonna be using this once again, not on my eyes but on my cheeks. I'm gonna be blending on these tiny little circles, kind of just connecting them in very irregular shapes. For this part, you guys, consistency isn't key, at least not for this look. You just really want to make cloudy, irregular, unintentional shapes for them to not look symmetrical. You want them to look asymmetrical. So again, just creating these little blots and trying to connect them through the middle, and you can even bend them a little down as you go along. Now I'm going to repeat the same step on the other side, just creating these tiny little dots very lightly and connecting them through the middle. You can brush a little down just to make them look like they're fading into the sky like they normally do, and do that over and over again till you guys are done covering the surface of your entire cheeks. Using that headliner shade, again, I'm just going to apply that just very lightly to the very top of the clouds, just to set in that concealer, and also again, just add an emphasis, create these white little clouds. Using my NYX eyeliner, it's going to help me do some of the little details for around the clouds, so up in the sky. So I just made a bunch of these little dots all over my nose where the blush, all the two eyeshadow shades were. And then using this Maybelline eyeliner, I went in and tried to make these little stars. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this was the hard part because again, I was not an artist, but I tried. And I just went through and just tried to make some stars, make some of these details, kind of emphasize them, going over them, using those few materials to see which one works best. So I just kind of switched between all three through the entire process. So here you see, grabbing my e.l.f. loose glitter. This one I believe is the color Stardust. And then I'm just going to grab my glue, which I use by NYX for glitter. And I'm just going to pat on slightly a little bit of that glue onto the very tops of the clouds. And then going with a thick brush, I'm just gonna dab on a little bit of a glitter, not too much, just to make the look pop just a little bit. So I'm just gonna go through all the clouds and just tap very lightly some of that glitter onto it. And then my next step is going to be, I'm going to grab my palette again, and for the last time I'm going to use the Texas Made, and just adding a little depth. I'm going to like underline the very bottoms of those clouds. Again, it's just going to add a little bit of depth, which is just going to help bring the look alive. And I did the same thing with the bottom color. Now grabbing my Colors Fix highlighter palette, I'm going to use that shade and just lightly using my fan brush dust on some highlighter. Next is going to be my Pump Me Up lip gloss. I'm going to apply a little bit of that on to help with my lips. And then using my Victoria's Secret holographic lip gloss, I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to help making the look pop. And lastly, I'm gonna grab my magnetic eyelashes. I absolutely love these. You take just a little bit of eyeliner, apply it right over, and once you apply both sides, you will just allow it to dry for a little bit. And once you see that they're pretty dry, you just click on your eyelashes, and it's as simple as that. You literally click on your eyelashes. Now here is just a bit of a clip of the final look, ladies. Well, this is our final result, guys. I'm pretty happy. I really thought it was going to come out way worse. Like I said, I am not an artist, so I'm not used to doing these big extravagant looks. But if this is what you guys like, I can do more of these looks. I'm actually super happy with how it turned out. And thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode. Hopefully you guys try this at home. And if you do, please send a comment and show me and let me know how it goes. I would love to see you guys try out this look. Alright guys, bye my lovely angels. I will see you guys on our next video.